What's up, guys? This is DToxicz here, otherwise known as Andrew, and I am bringing you guys another Toxic Thoughts commentary today. I know, it's been crazy, right? I've been uploading videos like an absolute madman recently, and damn bananas getting in the way of me while I'm carrying around a big giant gun. And as usual, guys, before I start talking about the commentary, I want to get into the gameplay a little bit. This is a TDM gameplay here on Yemen. The score isn't amazing, but I thought it was pretty entertaining since I was using the LSAT with stock, quick draw, and suppressor, I believe. To be honest, I love this gun. I think it does like so much damage, and it's so much fun to use. I go AFK a bit in the beginning here, but the game picks up really quickly, so if you guys just want to watch the gameplay, I definitely suggest it, because I think it was pretty entertaining, to be honest. But today, I want to talk about something that isn't really talked about that often. It's something that people just kind of forget about when it comes to video games and things like that, and that's game segregation. And you guys are probably thinking to yourselves right now, like, oh, what do you mean? Like, the fact that the game cover is black and this one is white, so that means that this one's better than the other one? It's like, no. That's not what I'm meaning at all. I'm not meaning in any kind of racial way or anything like that, or any kind of ridiculous way. What I mean in terms of game segregation is, like, things such as, like, when you think of the game called Dungeons and Dragons, and for those of you guys that don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, basically it's like a sort of like imaginative game. It revolves around your your imagination, as well as a set of rules that you have to follow, and the rule book is like extremely long or something like that. I don't know the details about the game because I've never played it, but I hear it's kind of fun. But like, when you think of Dungeons and Dragons, or D&D as they call it, the immediately thing, like the first thing that you think of when you think of people that play that game are like 12-year-old kids sitting in the basement of their mom's house with glasses, the pocket protector, braces, acne, the whole entire shebang. And that's what I mean in terms of game segregation. Like, for COD, for example, for Call of Duty, to bring it home for us a bit here. Like, when you think of somebody that just stays home and he plays Call of Duty all day, he's really good at Call of Duty, like, for example, let's take someone in the YouTube community like Optic Nadeshot, for example. He's been doing a whole crap load of things in terms of competitive Call of Duty recently. He's won quite a few tournaments. He's taken time off of college and things like that to pursue a career in Call of Duty. And that's pretty impressive to me. But like, when you think of somebody like that without knowing them or watching their videos or whatever it may be, the first thing that you think of is like, oh, that kid has no life. All he does is sit at home. He's not getting any pussy or anything like that. He's just sitting at home. He's wasting his life away sitting in front of a computer all day long. He's probably fat and, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't understand why we have these segregations in terms of video games and such. It's like, when you go out to a sporting event and things like that, you don't sit there and you don't segregate the people in the sports arena, the people that are playing. You don't segregate them in terms of like, oh, because this guy is a rookie, that means that he's going to be terrible and stuff like that. It's like, no, that doesn't mean anything. Someone's potential is only limited to what they think. They're like, let me put that in layman's terms. Your potential in terms of what you can do as an individual is limited only by what your mind and what you imagine. If you as an individual dream of being like an astronaut or something like that, who says you can't be an astronaut? No one. You are the only one that could stop you from being an astronaut. And that kind of brings me back on to my point, where it's like, where do people get off making fun of people who play video games? Like, for example, people that do YouTube and things like that for a living, and they upload video game commentary and things like that. Like, when people hear, like, oh, I make money off of doing YouTube by uploading, gameplay commentary over top of video games, the first thing that they think of is like, what? Like, that makes no sense. And then the second thing that they think of is like, oh, you probably just sit at home all day and you waste your life away in front of a computer and things like that. It's like, I find it hard to believe, where it's like, personally, if I was to put it into perspective and I was to take a segregation and I was to segregate somebody, like, I would make fun of the people that sit in offices all damn day long and they sit there on a computer until, from like 8 until 5, and they sit on the computer managing taxes or whatever the heck they're doing all day long. Like, those are the jobs that I would make fun of. Like, video games, anything involved with video games or anything like that, like, that's a cool job, man. Like, if you have a passion for something and you're that involved with something, I don't see how people could go around and segregate you for. Like, how can they put you down for doing something that you love? But that's the end of this commentary here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys want to hear more about the subject, you can always message me or leave it in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.